thing they have to do is the PYQ analysis. I think this is the must and should and compulsory exercise one has to do, and they can use the ready-made material done by one of the private coaching institute, or otherwise they can do themselves this exercise. It is better to refer the last 25 years paper, but it is okay to from 2013 onwards one can also do. What one has to do is to sort the PYQs according to topic wise and subject wise. In paper one can sort it accordingly, like agronomy, economics, agriculture extension. In that also one can go to next extent and sort it into water management, weed management, and they have to select each questions in the topic, and they have to put the number of marks they have asked for and the year they have asked for. By doing this exercise one will get to know about the amount of time and the relative importance of the subject and the topic they have to invest on. Second exercise they must do is to have a good by this time they I think everyone needs to have a fair understanding of optional subjects, and they might have done one or two readings, and now they might join a test series and fine tune their preparation, or they can also increase their performance by rating the test series. And few of the things which I want to add is uh, I don't know many of the aspirants have noticed this or not. In agriculture paper 1 there is part A and part B. In part B, soil and water conservation, agriculture extension, and agriculture economics are the only three subjects that comes. But in part A, agronomy, soil science, and a bit of agroecology also comes. But in part B, only three subjects, but there is a 50% weightage. Return on investment is very high in part B. So often we neglect agriculture extension and agriculture economics topics, but we can score more on this if we invest more time on the part B of the paper 1. In part A, there is a package of practice. Agronomy, there is a large syllabus in the part A. So it is better to invest more on the part B and score good marks in part B, sir.
Okay,
And
Rahul.
also
Mhm.
one can identify the important areas in the every paper. One can get to know about this by analyzing the PYQs. For example, agroforestry is very important topic. Questions are asked repeatedly from agroforestry and soil and water conservation, especially what are the causes, what are the remedies, and these agronomic methods, mechanical methods they are asked, and the irrigation water quality topic, problematic soils and their remedies. These are the some of the topics which I can mention. Similarly, one can get to know about these more number of topics by analyzing the PYQs. You will get to know the relative importance of the subjects and the topics which you have to dedicate time to. So one must have a thorough understanding of these topics, the high yielding topics which I call. Similarly, in the paper two also, in there is part A and part B. In part A, we will get genetics, plant breeding, and some part of crop physiology. In part B, crop physiology, horticulture, entomology and pathology, and entomology, pathology, and food science will come. Again, here part B, food science topic is somewhat neglected, but it is also high scoring. The questions will be generalistic, and we can use the general studies knowledge in agriculture optional also with respect to food science topic. And in crop physiology also there are photosynthesis, respiration, phytohormones. uh, Phytohormones, these are the three most important topics. And also in genetics and plant breeding, in plant breeding the methods of plant breeding, especially the synthetics, composites, and also breeding methods for self-pollinated crops, cross-pollinated crops are important. And in horticulture package of practices, we don't need to practice like there are many some more than 25 to 30 crops. What I did was to prepare package of practices two or three in, like I for fruit crops two or three crops, mango or grapes or pomegranate. In flower crops two or three crops, and in plantation crops one or two crops. I prepared this only on the basis of the PYQs. I did not prepare like 20, 30 package of practices because I thought the return on investment on the topic is very less.
Yeah. Yes, Rahul, like you said, that wherever we get good amount of marks and where questions can be expected, there we need to focus more.
Yes, sir.
So,
Especially during these days, one has to give justice to the entire syllabus. That has to be done. But I'm talking in these 80 days where one has to manage both GS and optionals. During these days, we can do this.
yes, yes. So that they can score the best in the
Yes,
whatever questions
these are
there.
some of the paper two is especially very good scoreable part. One can score more in paper two because it's technical in nature, and there is in paper one there exists subjectivity where examiner can
Mhm.
think that there we could have write more, we could have wrote even better answers, but in paper two one can fetch good marks. So concentration on these crop physiology genetics part can yield good marks, I think.
Yes, bro. Thank you for the information. So another important question which aspirant ask is like how to get extra marks. Like extra marks means how to get that value addition, how to make our answers different from others, and how did you make it something unique? What was your steps which you took rather than like reading the basic books, some materials? What else we need to do?
Sir, I used codes and data extensively, especially codes, some of which I think I can compile. I have made a Telegram channel, which I will share later. In that, I will share the codes which which I had collected. I had to search for that. Now I couldn't share that. I will share that in my Telegram channel. I had collected few codes, especially with respect to waterlogging. There was one quote in Narayana Smriti, I think it was written in AP notes, Andhra Pradesh Anglo notes, like too much of water is as injurious as dearth of water. Like this, whenever the waterlogging topic came, I wrote this in a double invited comma at the top, and I started writing answers for that. Like that, for few topics, I collected quotes. No, it cannot be done for every topics which wherever it is applicable we can add quotes and we can add datas, we can add any recent improvements or the newses, and also we can relate it to the government policy. For example, India is aiming to be a Viksit Bharat by 2047 or some the vision of the government by 2030, or we can relate it to sustainable development goals. Like that we can relate it to some government policy or international organizations aim, so that we can make our answers more authentic and relatable.
Like in mostly in paper one. How about in paper two?
There is more scope in paper one to add these facts and these quotes and also.
Yes. What about in paper two?
Paper two, one can do this in food science part. We can actually refer to National Family Health Survey data, that socioeconomic causes data, and also this hunger and health. Hunger is closely related to health, so we can add also health statistics data, which we use in GS subjects. Like that, we can relate.
Okay, bro. So that we can add some value in the portions whichever we can. It's not
Yes, sir.
possible
Wherever
in
we can
everything.
we can use our GS knowledge also. Sometimes if we don't know exactly what to write, as an agriculture graduates, I think we can write something on whatever topic we will be encountered on the day of examination. For that, to make it more authentic or scoring, we have to add these facts and figures, data, quotes, and some government policies and initiatives we have quote here and there.
Okay, so that all this validation can be done, and also we'll share a Telegram group so that others can also benefit and they will be able to get some help
I will
from
also
there.
share my test series copies here, so one can take a
Okay.
look at. I cannot say that is the perfect answer because nobody knows what is the perfect answer, but you will get an
Mhm.
idea about what to write and what are the improvements you can do.
Okay, so that other students also can learn from the answers
It
which
can
they
give a
wrote.
new perspective. I think what if some everyone has their own style of answer writing, but still some points they can extract out of it, I think.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Uh, like I say, many aspirants that more than like evaluation, like when we write tests, we get more idea and we are able to manage time and other things. And we will know where we are lacking. and also you can do value addition in that. What is your take? Whether that evaluation of some teachers is helping you more, or the writing one which you only like understand the lacunas and all, like
Both
with
will help,
respect to
sir.
agriculture.
Definitely. One can
Mm.
also have a self-evaluation is also very important. You after completing 3 hours, which actually writing 3 hours on a stretch is very quite difficult. If someone has written entire three hour stretch, they would realize how difficult it is to write back to back, morning and also in the afternoon, and the next day also you have to write back to back. You have to write. It is quite difficult. One have to have that endurance to write for 3 hours. So one can, at the end of the day, one can do self-evaluation to get the lacunas and how can one improve. So they can also get a mentorship or a test. They can join test series and they can regularly be in contact with the mentor they are working with to fine tune their preparations. Both will help, I think, sir.
Okay, bro. Thank you for the inputs. Um,
Yes.
so, with respect to agriculture, we have discussed. So, what about like the botany strategy? Because botany, I think we have lack of strategy, and many people we do not get such aspirants, and even like those who become IFS also, they are little bit getting low score in botany. But you have got very good score in botany compared to even agriculture. You got more score. So, how
Yes, sir.
did you plan it?
That's actually irony. I think I have got more score in botany than in agriculture. That was also due to my health issue on the day of my agriculture examination. I started botany preparation only after my CSC mains. That I read botany for 2 months. The one thing which helped me the most was a PYQ analysis. Every this I have done for prelims, mains, and agriculture and botany. Everywhere I have done PYQ analysis in such a way that I thoroughly knew where I want to invest my time and where will get most returns on. In botany also I did the exercise. I divided it to paper one, paper two, part A, part B. Identified the topics in part A and part B, and I divided them into subject wise, topic wise. For example, in botany paper one, part A, we will get plant pathology, bryophytes, algae, fungi, and to some extent gymnosperms. We will get in part A.
Your voice is muted, I think. Yes, now it's fine.
Lexicon. I can score more in plant pathology, fungi topics, and other topics which were related to me in agriculture graduation. So I identified topics like this and I sorted them out PYQs and I prepared accordingly. And in part B, paper one, part B, there is biotechnology part, micropropagation, somatic hybridization, and that anther and pollen culture topics are there, and I focused more on them. And also in part B there is economic botany where we'll see about the plants of economic importance and the plant parts used and the family to which they belong to. More on this. And also in part B there is embryology and seed physiology also comes in part uh, botany paper one, part B. I focused more on that. And again part paper two, there is especially overlap between paper two and botany paper two and agriculture paper two. But the depth and the intensity of the questions asked in botany paper two is somewhat difficult when compared to agriculture paper two. They will go more deeper and more will be more technical in botany paper two. So I actually focused more once again here on crop physiology part, because crop physiology comes in both part A and part B, and in botany paper two, crop physiology takes like almost 20% weightage. So we have to focus more on crop physiology. And also in paper two, part B, there is an environment and ecology part, which is a, I think they will ask more number of questions, but we will neglect because we think we can write something. It is not like that. We have to give justice to all the paper, all the topics equally, but we have to focus more on those subjects which can yield more. And also there is a biostatistics part in paper 2 part B. This is also one of this is also neglected over the popular subjects like genetics, cell biology. This has to be also read very well because they will ask us from this in compulsory questions, that is 1 and 5. will question number one, there will be 5 questions. No, they will ask from this topic only. And in paper 2 part A, that there is a cell biology topic. In that, cell cycle, cell signaling, and chromosomes part. These three topics are the most important, because they ask repeatedly questions from these topics. Like that, one has to identify the areas and score more on this, I think so. Hello.
Sir, your mic is
Sorry,
muted.
sir. Yes, yes, sorry. So, like, did you use any books for botany or some materials only you were able to manage?
Yes, sir. Actually, I had 2 months. I did not had much time to explore with books, so I referred Evolution IAS botany materials, which is available on the market in the market, and also I referred to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT gave me instantly answers which I could not find in the internet even after like 30-40 minutes of search. Wherever I could get resources from online, I took them, but my primary source of material was the Evolution IAS botany materials notes only.
Okay, bro, so that you will get first-hand information and whatever value addition you
Suppose
want to do, you will able to do.
wherever I wanted to do value additions, I did it from internet and chat gpt. I used to put that entire question to chat gpt, and I asked it to give in like 120 words or 200 words, give me answer in 150. Like that, I used to give a command, and I used to get a
Okay,
crisp
okay,
answer from that.
okay, okay. Yes, that helps because. Mhm.
Basically, due to there was a pause because there was just 2 months after CSC mains, so I
Mhm.
had to do this all, I think.
True, because sometimes we don't get answer, and if we are able to get some 2 or 3 points, also we'll be able to manage that answer,
Yes,
even
sir.
though it
There
may
is
not be the
very
perfect
difference
answer.
between writing a very good answer and writing an average answer. So in
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, we can definitely get an average answer. We might not
Mm-hmm.
get a technical or a very good answer, but we can get an average or a basic answer from ChatGPT. So I used to get read that only. I did not bother.
Yes, yes, yes. Because we need not score good in all the questions.
Yes, sir. We
So
cannot
wherever
focus,
it is first.
especially if you are reading a subject for just 2 months. We cannot focus entirely on all the subjects, on all the topics. We have to give importance to some, and we have to manage somehow.
Okay, okay. That is true. Thank you for your inputs, Rahul. So
Thank you,
what
sir.
about the personality test? How did you prepare? And you got one of the highest marks. 210 marks is like a huge mark. So how did you get that, or what do you feel? What was the reason might be?
Sir, actually, after a personality test, I did not feel good because I was thinking that I should have done more, could have done even better. I was thinking that uh, this year's interview, there is a average marks of interview is bit high when compared to previous years. The highest marks they gave was 225, and they have given 210, 220, 215. They have given like they have given 210 to some like two, three people they have given. But there are certain things which I think which helped me was the confidence and conviction in which in my answers, I think. And also I was like calm and settled. In in wherever areas I did not know answers, I honestly told sir, sorry sir, I am not aware of that. I am only aware of this much. I'm going to read about that, sir. I am not sure about that, sir. If you allow me, I will take a guess. Like this, I was, and throughout the conversation, I maintained my calmness. I was there was a presence of mind, and I had a conviction in my answers. Like I was not trying to say something which I don't believe, or I'm not trying to say something out of blue. Like I was whatever I was saying, it was actually meant. I was saying that. And apart from that, I gave 4 to 5 mock interviews, boosted my confidence to talk in front of the board. And apart from that, everyone prepare the basic notes about their background, graduation subjects, and their optional subs. They have to prepare like that. Mm, I think that's it, sir. Special exercise, I did not do any special exercise. These are the ones which I think which have helped me.
And I think many questions you were able to do with DAF.
Yes,
Many
sir.
questions and also.
My interview actually went with my job experience and the why did I leave the job, they asked. me from that first part. It went on for 5 minutes, and after that there was a Israel-Palestine issue was at its peak. Then they for another 2-3 minutes we talked about that, and chairman sir came with uh, random questions like what is the difference between prebiotic and probiotic, and they asked. I had written apiculture in my DAF, so they asked one question on apiculture which I did not knew. Another sir was asked on the DAF RAWE program, that rural agriculture work experience program we do in our graduation. Sir about that. He was actually trying to divert me from the. He was actually trying to divert me into a trap, I think, which I would say, because he was telling farmers are very intelligent. We don't need to do any extension activities. Do you think you can teach something to farmer as an agriculture graduate? Like that, he was telling in a negative way. I handled it in a quite good manner. And another madam was asking completely from forestry topics. And fourth member was asking a random questions once again. What do you think we have to introduce BT crops or not? What is exotic agriculture? Are we practicing it in India? Like that questions for sir. I think it was a well balanced interview. I would say there were questions from every part. DAF part was also there. Out of DAF was also there, and situational questions was also there.
Okay. So
At
you're
that time,
able to.
when forest fire was going on, Madam asked me, "What would have you done as a DFO on the ground? If
Mhm.
you are on the ground on that day, what would have you done?" Like that, they have asked me this situational based questions also.
Okay. So in all the areas they have tried to cover,
Yes, sir.
like your
It
DAF
was a
also.
well balanced interview.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and from the DAF also you were able to get
Uh,
good questions, and also
Good
from the
questions on DAF
general
also.
general questions also situation based. So it was a mix
Everything
of
was
all
good.
those things.
I think that was the reason. I think, sir, they have tested me every angle. I think that is the
Mm-hmm.
reason they gave good marks.
Okay, everyone doesn't get such chance, or they are not able to navigate that questions in that way.
Yes.
Maybe.
Actually, four members. They had four members were a different perspective. No, none of them was carrying what the other member we had discussed previously. They're asking new
Mm-hmm.
questions.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, Rahul. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
Srihari, who is also a mentor and who takes uh, also guides to aspirants. If you have any question, Srihari, you can also ask few questions, whichever maybe I would have left.
Sir, Rahul sir, firstly, congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, questions regarding that. One of the student asking that. So there are 8 questions in the mains.
Yes.
So how can you choose 5 out of 8 questions? Is there any strategy? How it will
Yes.
means whether we apply in the mock test or not? So can you brief about that, sir?
You actually brought up very good questions. Many times this confusion lies because we might know very good answer to one question, and we might know average answer to one question, and we might not know anything about the third question. So in this regard, choosing this question is not a good strategy, I would say, because choosing a question with three average answers is more better than choosing a question with one good answer, one average answer, one we don't know anything about that. Choosing a question with where you can write three average answers is more better than choosing a question with one good answer, I think.
Okay, sir. Sir, during your 2023 means no agriculture option paper 2, it was completely means comparatively previous year. It was
Yes.
completely different question. Means there is new questions. Then compared to previous, it is come a bit of a different paper.
Yes.
So did you feel like it is a more manageable, and did you panic in the paper? How do you manage that situation, sir?
Yeah, on the day of examination, we do not have to panic because we have to somehow deal with the paper on the spot itself, because it was such a paper. Actually, in the previous, if you look at PYQs, it has never been asked like that. They have asked from chromosome theory and all. They have asked chromosome models and all. They were never asked before. So
Yes,
I
yes, it
think
was
that was
never
the
heard
reason
about.
never heard about also. That was an unconventional paper. In the during these times, no, these general topics will come to our rescue. What I did was I focused more on this food security topic, no. That food security topic saved me from in paper 2 because I attended most questions in part B. I did not. I attended only one question in part A. Attended two questions in from part B, where horticulture, food security, and entomology and pathology were there. And I handled from there because in entomology and pathology they will ask IPM most of the times. Otherwise, they will ask biological control method, IPM, and all principles of disease management. And here and there, they will ask specific diseases tests. We can easily prepare that. This actually neglected part, we can score more in entomology and pathology if we invest time more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, even I also did something actually. So I've chosen the food security instead of genetics and questions. They are a bit
Yes.
difficult questions. So that will you can manage that actually.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we can write average answers. We cannot write very good answers. We can write average answers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good point. Sir, thank you, sir. And another question is the students are asking a discussion versus self-study. Which one you prefer? Means during the preparation time, is there any benefits regarding both?
It's entirely depends on the individual. If you are someone who remember more when you discuss things, or you can discuss. But I think discussion, one should have a like-minded group. Like everyone, you should have a considerable amount of trust over the other people in your group that we can discuss. And most of the times during discussion, the things will try to slip or slide. Some unwanted topics or something will come. Someone will say, we will go discussing that deep. In interview stages, discussions might be of more. During mains preparation and all, one can study more and discuss few topics in which they have doubts, or else one can, if they have a like-minded people within the group, they can discuss more, I think.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And so one more question is, so should we prepare a short notes during this time, during the mains time? It is a question from 2024 mains candidate.
Now in this 80 days
Yes, yes.
duration, you are asking, sir. I think there is a shortage of time now. Short notes, or you can prepare like crisp notes, like 7 to 8 lines, crisp notes one can prepare. But it also, I think, it takes time. Because we have to refine the content and to write in 7 to 8 lines. No, if we had done notes and in the prior to prelims itself is fine. So it depends on the time management one can do, because someone might have done very good preparation in GS. Some might not have done. They might have to invest more time on GS. Again, it depends on the individual and their level of preparation.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think someone has asked a question. I think Mailari Pujari. Sir, I am a
Yes, sir.
beginner. I started preparing for civil services and completed NCRTs when it comes to standard books and covering topic-wise policy books in this way of preparing. Not Jorvin, sir, hello.
Yes. Yes, yes, Rahul.
Questions we are taking, sir. What?
Yes, we will take some questions.
Yes, sir.
Gopi, you can go ahead with your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, congrats, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Please be brief with the question and don't repeat the same questions. Ask,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes, sir.
please.
Yes, sir. Sir, congrats, sir. This is Gopi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, actually, I need to know about. I'm planning to give for Indian Forest Service, sir. So you said that technical like cell biology and plant breeding, crop physiology, to some extent, economic botany and plant pathology from botany and agriculture is somewhat similar, sir. You said regarding that, sir. I too just saw the syllabus. But you said in botany they are asking in depth, in somewhat depth, sir. Is there any too much difference, or we need to see like in plant breeding we want to see for specific crops, and for plant disease? In regarding that, I need to know, sir. Or we are either for paper two, I want to deeply focus on botany, then I can come to agriculture.
No, this paper 2, agriculture paper 2 and botany paper 2, the subjects like genetics, plant and crop physiology, there is a overlap. If you it will be will help you in both botany and agriculture. But in agriculture, you will not get too depth questions. But in botany, one you can expect very deep questions from these topics. You ask that crop specific breeding methods. They have
Yes,
not
sir.
till now they have not asked the crop specific breeding methods, but they have asked disease specific to particular crops. That is only popular ones like mango malformation. They have asked in
Okay, sir.
insects that brinjal shoot and fruit borer they have asked like that some important or key pest we call no that key pests and key diseases of a particular crop they have asked. Apart from that, they are now not asked minor crops, minor diseases also. In wheat rust is important. In paddy, that blast and brown spot is important. In bajra, downy mildew is important. Like that, in every crop, they will have one or two diseases, one or two pests which are major. We can prepare that. It's almost same, no? It's symptoms. What are the management practices? What are the chemicals we will use? These are the only three topics we have to cover in pest and diseases.
Okay. So if I read this crop physiology, plant breeding, and genetics and biology in perspective of botany, I can attend questions in agriculture.
Yes, if you read in depth, you can, because now botany comes after agriculture. You are taking agriculture as for CSC optional. You are taking botany and
Yes,
agriculture during forest services means no.
yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
think you will have less time to read in depth during the civil services preparation. I did this
Okay, sir.
only after my civil services mains only. I dig deeper and knew more about this crop physiology part. Apart from that, I only fulfilled the requirements of the agriculture optional during CSC preparation. Only after CSC preparation, during forest services mains only, I dig deeper and knew more about the topics which are they are asking in depth.
Sir, this is the last question, sir. Sir, you said you prepared for CSC and you gave for IFOS, sir. Sir, how was the strategy you prepared? If you are in the right now in the July month, so you are planning for CSC 2025, and you are planning for, if possible, you are going with the optional botany and agriculture for IFOS 2025, sir. What will be your strategy? Till what time we should complete our optional, and when we want to jump to GS part? Because prelims will be till now those who are beginner and who didn't clear the prelims. So IF cutoff will be somewhat higher, na, sir. So what will be your strategy, sir?
Like February till February, we have to focus on integrated preparation. Like you have to focus more on both on prelims and mains. There is no separate preparation for prelims and mains. Which it is both have almost the same, but the approach will be different. So you have to do integrated preparation till February. February, you complete your optionals and GS till February. During March, April, May, you can entirely shift to prelims preparation, during which you have to focus on CSAT and also the topics which are specific to prelims. You have to solve MCQs and you have to analyze PYQs and all. You can do it after February. I think you can exclusively shift to prelims after February, but till February you can do integrated preparation for both prelims and mains.
Okay, sir. Okay.
During
But
this time itself, you complete one optional and you can manage
mm,
another optional after CSC mains.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. But it was very tedious process, sir. You went to it. Hats off to you, sir. Because
Thank you.
at a very short at very short time you had cleared botany too, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. Anyone has any other questions or any queries? Also, I have shared the Telegram link of Rahul in the group, so you can join in. You can ask. He will be sharing his codes and other whatever details he may have, and he will be helping you also in that. Okay. So, Rahul, any other things you want to say finally to the aspirants for the 24 or for the 25? Do you have something to say?
Yes, sir. That only now during answer writing practice they must have done. I think previously itself. Now they can fine tune their preparation and focus on important areas, as I told in the beginning of my this session itself. I think that's it. If anything, if I had missed and if I come across, I will share that in my Telegram group. I will constantly update, or I will try to share my. I have not done any notes, prepared any notes, but still I would like to add few things on in my Telegram channel, I think.
Sir, thank you, sir. And can you share your result day experience, sir? So people are very excited to hear about that.
Actually, it was I I I think we cannot describe it in words because it's been 5 years I started preparation. This was my fourth attempt. I started preparing in 2019. Meanwhile, I had worked in Canara Bank for like 8 months. So it was a dream come true moment, I would say. Yeah, it was very nice.
How was the
Okay.
decision for you to just like leave the job, because it is a very regular job? So maybe
Yes.
you didn't have any pressure from home. You got a good job. So
No, sir, the pressure was there. Actually, I also come from a middle class background itself. It's not like we had a very good economic background, and my parents were actually they were supportive, but still, I did not had to think that I do not have to worry about my home. I can focus on my preparation. It was not like that. It was a difficult call. I had to take it that because I had invested previously before joining bank. Also, I had invested my 2.5 years of preparation into this. Meanwhile, I joined bank for my economic security, but I thought I was putting my legs on two boats. I was not giving my justice to my either my job or my preparation. So I decided to leave the job and give one last attempt. I was thinking like that only. I will give this attempt with my full preparation. If I cannot leave this, I will look for something else. I was like that only. Fortunately, able to clear that attempt. That was fourth attempt. While working in bank itself, I had given my third attempt. In that, I failed in CSAT. I had cleared GS prelims GS. I failed in CSAT in my third attempt.
okay, so this was your fourth attempt.
Yes, sir. It was my fourth attempt. And first
Okay,
mains
so
and interview.
okay, sure. So it was a great feeling, and requires a lot of confidence to take such a
Yes, sir.
risk.
That's a very tough
Mm,
call that many people called me like it was crazy. How did you do that? Actually, I had paid 1 lakh
yes.
fine for the job. Within the probationary period, if we leave, we had to pay the bond amount. Not only I
Okay.
left off, I paid 1 lakh to leave the job.
Mm-hmm. That is very risky thing. Maybe thousand in one will do such a thing, and people will
That's
think that it
rewarded
is a
very
very
well.
heavy risk.
That has rewarded very well now, I think. So.
Yes, yes, yes. Sometimes we need to take a good amount of risk. So
That was a very tough call. If I look back, I also think, how did I take that decision? But somehow I had the courage to take that decision.
yes, yes, it turned out to be a very good decision now
Yes.
that you will be an IFS officer. And we pray that you will come back to Karnataka cadre this time.
Let's see. You know about card allocation.
Yeah, yeah. Lot of things. Okay. So everything is fine, right? How's
Yes,
everything
sir.
now?
That's fine.
Completely taking rest. I think once you join this training, it will be very hectic. Physical training, mental training, everything. It will be.
Yes. Schedule will be packed, I think.
Yes, yes, yes. I heard they will make from the morning till evening. They have a very tight schedule.
Yes.
Uh, Thank you, Rahul, for
Thank you,
guiding the
sir.
aspirants,
Thank you, sir.
and also thank you, bro. And also, we'll share the telegram. Others can contact him or take his help.
Yes, sir. Sir, this session will be uploaded on YouTube, sir. This recorded session.
Yes, I will upload. Now it is recorded.
Okay, sir.
Once
Okay.
it is it
That
okay?
link, yeah, I can get it through channel.
Yeah, I will. Once I do that, I will send you the link and after link of the channel also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen.
Thank you.